But you got to put that out of your mind, really, and just resolve that the next time the ball's hit to you, you're going to make the play. 0-1 the count on Gentz. Strike two. Davis jumps out quickly in front, 0-2. A lot of pressure on Tom Gentz. He's down on the count, 0-2. He's got the bases loaded. And he's facing one of the best pitchers in the Dallas-Fort Worth area in Clint Davis. Got him on the curveball. And boy, look at all these players coming out to congratulate Davis. He really pitched out of a jam. And obviously breathing a big sigh of relief is Darren Hedges, second baseman, who bobbled that ball, but it's all part of the game. Nothing so helps you in baseball as having a dominating pitcher. And that's what Clint Davis is. For the Texans in the top of the 10th inning, they really had an opportunity. Bases loaded with only one out, and they cannot score as both Edwards and Gentz strike out back-to-back. For the Texans, no runs. They had one hit, one error, 3 men left on base. After 9.5 innings of play, we're tied at 3. And right now you're looking at a young man who has pitched a whale of a ball game, Chris Jones. Chris hoping that he can still keep his team in this game. Boy, it's all up to him, too. For the Cardinals, we'll have center fielder Chris Parshall, catcher Keith Williams, and the pitcher Clint Davis. Should any of them get on, shortstop John Mahalik would be the batter. Chris Parshall, 1 for 4, has got a single. Ground ball to Black at second base. Bobbles it, up with it, throws. Got him. Head first dive by Parshall, not enough. Boy, Black living dangerously there as he bobbled the ball. Then sidearm that throw, and look at Parshall sliding in at first. Here's the catcher, Keith Williams. Inside, ball 1. Keith has twice been intentionally walked. Twice when they pitched to him, they've struck him out swinging. Pops it back foul. 1-1 our count. Well, you look at this ball game and you figure, the way it's going to end, either someone's going to make a classic mistake. 1-1 pitch, low and away, ball 2. Or someone is going to make an exceptionally good offensive play. Williams looking down at his head coach. You have to believe that Williams has got the hit sign. If it's in there, he's going to swing. He does, and he fouls it off, 1-2. They have really taken the bat out of Keith Williams' hands in this second game. Twice walking him, and then the 2 times pitching to him, striking him out. In the first game of this doubleheader, Keith was 1 for 3 and also had a walk. Pops it up to the right side. Black goes back, signals he wants it, and takes it. So they're 2 down, and here comes Clint Davis, the pitcher.
Pitcher, number 11, Clint Davis.
Davis has thrown an exceptionally fine game. curveball inside, ball 1. The 1-0 pitch, 1-1 now. Both these men dominating the game. Jones on the mound for the Texans. There's Chris and Davis for the Cardinals of MacArthur. Ball 2, 2-1. Look at Jones shake his head. You know, he thought that was in there for a strike. 2-1. 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, no one on. Bottom of the 10th inning in a 3-3 ball game. Will go. Whoa, foul tipped it back. Right off, I think, the instep of the home plate umpire. Ball cascaded off the umpire's chest protector and then came down on his toe, but he's okay. Hey, the men in blue really earned their money. It's ball 3. So Davis has worked a full count on Chris Jones, pitcher facing pitcher, and Davis gets the walk. Well, of course, if you're a Texan fan, you don't want anyone to get on base, but maybe you can rationalize this by saying maybe he'll get a little tired running the bases, and we can take advantage of him in the next inning. John Mahalik, 1 for 4 in the second game. He's turned in some very nice fielding plays. Boy, John would really like to get what the players call a tweener, driving a ball in between 2 outfielders and all the way back to the wall. The throw to first, then Davis is back. Clint's not going to take much of a lead there. Pitch bends Mahalik back. Through a ball. These Cardinal players take a long time looking at those signs from head coach Carl Childers. Jones studies, then throws back to first. Boy, we've seen a lot of that play tonight. Mahalik again, stepping out of the box, looking down at the coach. I think the Cardinal players probably take more time looking for those signals from Carl Childers than does any other team that we've done this year. I don't know whether it's difficult picking up the sign, pitch swung and a missed, or if all these players, it's just ingrained that they don't want to miss one. But traditionally, they'll just step out of the batter's box, take a walk, about 5-6 feet down toward the coach, then just stare down at the signals. Strike 2 on Mahalik. There's Carl Childers, head coach for the Cardinals. He's really had a fine year this season. A fly ball to center field. Rumsey back, got the room, and makes the catch. So Mahalik gave it a ride, but Rumsey had plenty of room to make the play. For the Cardinals in the bottom of the 10th, no runs, no hits, no miscues, 1 man left on. After 10 innings, we're tied at 3. Boy, the Texans have not scored since the 2nd inning. They have gone 8 scoreless innings. The Cardinals have not scored since the 5th inning. They now have gone 5 scoreless innings. Top of the 11th inning, it will be Kirk Black, the second baseman. David Jones, the third sacker, then to the top of the order with Ivan Villalobos. Clint Davis out there. He came on in relief in the 3rd inning. There were 2 men on, no one out. So he pitched all of the 3rd and then obviously has gone the rest of the way. So right now, Davis has pitched 8 innings, and Jones has pitched 10. In 8 innings, Davis has given up no runs. He's been touched for 4 hits. He's walked 1 and struck out 9. That's what you really call exceptionally fine pitching.
Second baseman, Kurt Black.
Kurt Black, the second baseman up. We're looking at the figures for Chris Jones. Chris also has, let's see, he's gone 10 innings. Given up 8 hits. Breaking pitch down low for a ball. He's given up all 3 runs. He's walked 3 and struck out 8. Ball 2 to Black. Davis looking a little bit tired. Remember, not only has he pitched 8 innings, but he played the first game of this doubleheader at 2 different positions, and he started this game as the first baseman. There's one sliced out to right field. This is lots of trouble, folks. That's extra bases for Black. He's on his way for 2 and will hold there with a double. So Black, slicing one just inside the right field line, gets himself a double. The right fielder, Palmer, coming over. He had no opportunity to catch the ball and really did a nice job in getting it back as quickly as he did. So here's David Jones. And I think everyone in this park right now, with the lead run down at second base, is looking for the bunt. Jones is 0 for 4. He has struck out twice. He has the satisfaction knowing he drove in the winning run in the first game of this doubleheader. Shortens up the bunt, pops it up in the air. Back comes Williams, makes the catch. 1 away. So they try to advance Black down to third base with the bunt. But Jones fouled it off and is retired. Ivan Villalobos has been outstanding in the field. Ball 1. He's 2 for 5 in the second game. In the first game, he reached base safely all 4 times he came up. Strike 1 to Villalobos. That's Black down at second base. Darren Hedges with him. Curveball outside. Clint Davis throws this breaking curveball, really aiming it for the outside corner, knowing that it'll break off the corner and really be a ball. But a lot of times, these hitters have been going after that pitch. Not that time, however, by Villalobos. Fouls the fastball back, 2-2. So Black leads off the inning with a double, only to have David Jones foul out attempting the bat, and Villalobos up there now with a 2-2 count. Here's the pitch. Got him on a fastball inside. Oh my goodness, this Davis is something, isn't he? That is his 10th strikeout.
Hitting next, left fielder, Wes Shank.
Wes Shank. He singled off Davis the last time he faced him, hitting it sharply to left field. Boy, he'd love to do it again. 2 down. Davis's pitch, foul back, strike 1. Davis throwing 1 strike after another. He's always around the plate. Even when he misses, you get the feeling that he's missing deliberately, hoping that the players will chase a bad pitch. The pitch to Shanks, strike 2. Davis 1 strike away from ending this threat. and knocking the Texans out of the 11th inning. Curveball fouled away. 0-2. Davis wants to change balls. He didn't like the feel of that one. The umpire is going to look at it right now, and he puts it right back in the ball bag. Davis in front of the batter with the 0-2 count. Shank trying to stay alive. Curveball off the corner. That's the old fishing pitch. See if he'll go fishing for the bad pitch. 1-2. In the past, Davis has thrown that pitch, and then he's done one of two things. He's either come in with a pitch right on the inside corner or hit the black on the outside corner. Inside pitch driven deep to center field. It's over the head of Partial. It'll go all the way to the wall. The Texans lead it 4-3 on a double by Shank. And there is happiness as far as the Texans are concerned. Shank got an inside pitch, 1-2, and belted it over the head of Chris Partial. All the way back it went, bouncing up against the center field fence. So a run's in, and the Texans lead it 4-3. And here is Zimmerman. Davis one strike away from ending the inning, but Shank denied him that privilege. So Shank, the left fielder, has singled and doubled the last two times he has faced Clint Davis. And the Texans lead it 4-3. Davis's pitch down low, blocked nicely by Williams, 2-0. As far as the Cardinals are concerned, they're down in the bottom of their batting order. When they come up in the bottom of this inning, they'll have hitters 7, 8, and 9. Palmer, Gill, and Hedges. 2-0 the count. A pitch driven deep to right field. Back goes Palmer. Back. It's over his head. Off the wall. Another double. And it's 5-3. And you talk about jubilant. Boy, these Texan players are awfully happy. Look at this shot deep to right field. Palmer never had a chance on this one. He just ran out of room. 5-3 ball game. Carl Childers out there talking to his pitcher. And Clint Davis is going to stay in. So we've had 3 doubles in this inning for the Texans. They've got them at very opportune times. Black had doubled and was down at second base with 2 outs when Wes Shank drilled a drive over the center fielder's head. This is Shank really belting one deep in center field. And as you can see, Partial never had a chance to make the play. 4-3 ball game. Now we're back live. Rumsey is going to draw the intentional pass as he goes down to first base. Clint Davis has given up 2 walks in this game, both of them intentional passes to Rumsey. Barricchio, the batter. Runners are at first and second. The Texans lead the Cardinals 5-3. They've scored twice and they're still threatening. Davis had retired 15 men in a row before he gave up a hit in the 10th inning. Got out of a jam in the 10th. But in the 11th, the Texans have broken through that defense. Ball 2. 2-0 the count. And the Arlington fans who've come over from Tarrant County are just hooting and hollering. They love what they see right now. Their team has really held on tenaciously. That ought to be in for a strike, and is 2-1. Two and 1 the count. Now that evens it up at 2-2. Barricchio upset at himself. He thought he should have really been able to drive that one. Well, it's been a lonely inning for the outfielders for the Cardinals. Palmer saw a double fall just inside the right field line on which he could do nothing. Partial had a double drilled over his head. Palmer had a double drilled over his head. There's a long drive, way back, way back. Going, it is gone. No, it's off the wall. Take it back. Here is the first baseman sliding in with a triple. So Barricchio drives in 2 more. And we were telling you that both Partial and Palmer had the ball driven over their head. Now Gill has the same thing happen to him. Barricchio really drives this one. We thought from our vantage point the ball had gone over the wall, but there you can see it bounced up against the wall. So a big inning. It's a 4-run inning for the Texans, and it's still not over. Pitch outside, 1-1 the count to Greg Edwards, the right fielder. Edwards is the 8th man to come to bat in this inning. There's one drilled foul down the right field line. 1-2 the count. For a lot of these Cardinal players, this could very well be their final high school game. Got a lot of seniors on this team. The 1-2 pitch. Here it comes from Clint Davis. A long drive, deep to left field. Back goes Gill. Way back, way back. It's gone. Home run. Boy, you talk about a productive inning. 6 runs. And it's a 9-3 ball game. And you got to give these Texans a tremendous amount of credit. Here is a team that was forced to play all 3 playoff games at the MacArthur Field. A tremendous disadvantage. A team that lost the opener in this playoff, and so they realized they'd have to win the next 2. A team that was forced into extra innings in the first game of this doubleheader and won it in the bottom of the 9th inning. And a team that had been held scoreless for 8 innings, had blown several scoring opportunities, but come roaring back here in the 11th inning to score 6 times. We were talking about all the seniors on this MacArthur team. Barring something really bizarre, this will be their final game. This is going to be the final game for Jeff Tillerson, for Eddie Palmer, for Jason Sturdy, as well as Clint Davis and Keith Williams, for Chris Partial, for Scotty Gage, for Darren Hedges. They are all seniors. Well, here's Tom Gentz, the 9th man in this inning. 8 men have come up. 6 of them have scored. Boy, they have really been hitting the long ball. Pitch in for a strike. Davis had pitched very effectively and just ran out of gas. Bounced foul up the first base line. Strike 2. course, as we said, I'm sure a lot of these Cardinal players will look back at this game, opportunities that they had perhaps to put it away before this disastrous 11th inning came. Well, that's it. Yentz goes down on strikes. But a very productive inning for the Texans. They score 6 runs on 5 hits. No errors. No one left on base. And after 10 1/2 innings of play, it's Arlington Sam Houston 9 and MacArthur 3. And there is Carl Childers talking to his players. Now, I really don't know what Carl is saying, but it goes without saying that this has been a very productive season for this team. And, of course, it was a season that really brought tragedy with the untimely death of Greg Stroud. Just an absolutely mind-boggling event. But these youngsters have dedicated themselves and have done the best to their ability to make this a year, you know, that they could be proud of and the school could be proud of. They won the district championship. And now they're just 3 outs away from ending this season. Recapping that 11th inning for you, and boy, what an inning it was. It all started off when Kurt Black, the second baseman, lined a double just inside the right field line. Attempting to bunt, David Jones fouled out to the catcher, Keith Williams. Ivan Villalobos then struck out swinging. 2 outs, a man on second, and Wes Schenk doubled to center field. That made it 3-2. John Zimmerman then doubled to right, making it 4-2. Roger Rumsey was deliberately walked, and Phil Varico tripled to left field, driving in 2 more. Greg Edwards then homered to left field, driving in a pair. It was one of those, if you're a Cardinal fan, a nightmare inning. If you're a Texan fan, it's an inning you will not forget for a very long time. Chris Jones, who has pitched such a fine ball game for the Texans, realizes now that all he has to do is retire 3 men, and he's got this victory. Eddie Palmer, the right fielder, with the 0-1 count. Fouls it back 0-2. Palmer, one of the seniors, probably his final at bat as a MacArthur player. Fouls it off. He's fighting to stay alive. Jones shaking off a couple of signs. Down low for a ball, 1-2. A ball and 2 strikes. 2-2 now the count. We have some activity down the right field line for the Texans. Two and two the count. There's the man of the hour, Chris Jones. Boy, has he not been solid. Down low, ball 3. 3-2. Eddie Palmer stepping back in. The 3-2 pitch. Ball 4. And Jones disappointed. He thought he had a strikeout on that pitch. So Palmer picks up the base on balls. And we're going to have a pinch hitter. Jeff Tillerson will be batting for Kevin Gill. Tillerson, a right-handed hitter. Jeff, one of the many seniors on this team.